Modest to the top. Modest at the top.
Hey guys, Rick Pete back with another video. It's my second one of this week. I didn't plan on doing them so close together. It's just how things have worked out with parcels being delivered from orders that I placed just before and over the Christmas period. I don't know if you can see here my little sidekick for this episode, at Kitten Salem. So without further ado, I'm going to get on with this video. Basically, this is it's a big order for me. Specifically, it's the biggest TNA DVD order I've ever personally placed. I know there are people out there on YouTube who've had miles bigger orders than this, but for me, this isn't a personal big order for TNA DVDs. I've had WWE DVDs orders bigger than this, but that was before I had my YouTube account, so I can't really do videos about those. But like I said, for the fact that I'm out of touch so much with TNA, I figured with these DVDs being at the price they were, it would be a good opportunity for me to sort of catch up and hopefully pick out catch some good matches that I've missed. They were ordered. One was ordered from Amazon, the rest were ordered from somewhere else, and they all arrived on the same day, which was a bit of a bonus. Well, they all arrived today, sorry, which is a bit of a bonus. So without further ado, I'll get on and I'll show you the order that I've got. And I'll start off with the one that came from Amazon, which was this. Oh, sorry. Best of the X Division Volume 2. I'd seen it for a while on eBay and various other online places, and I always sort of thought, yeah, I'll get it. And for some reason, with the money I'd saved from my t-shirt order, which I mentioned in my previous video, I decided to go hunting for some DVDs. Originally, I was going to get WWE ones. Some at the back of my head just told me to look for TNA ones, and I ended up with this massive order. This one, like I said, came from Amazon. It was 75p, and I can't remember what the packaging price was. So I was like, yeah, for 75 pence, I'm going to get my money's worth on at least two other matches. Looking at the card, there's some great matches on here. It also apparently has a look back at the near year-long rivalry between AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe for the X Division Championship, so that in itself is worth the price of admission, as it were. So yeah, that's my first DVD, the Best of X Division Volume 2. I'll put these over here so I don't disturb my sidekick, who's busy sleeping. He's had a hard day of sleeping. Next one up, is the TNA One Night Only Extravaganza. A lot of these DVDs are the one night only events. So there are a few normal pay-per-views in there, but a lot of them are the one night only pay-per-views. This one's got a Battle of the X Division Champions, Austin Aries versus Samoa Joe, no DQ match, final ever meeting, RVD versus Jerry Lynn. For those of you who don't know, RVD and Jerry Lynn had a massive rivalry going all the way back to ECW. I encourage you to check out their matches, they were great matches. Christopher Daniels and Kazarian versus Sanjay Dutt, Peter Williams. An Ultimate X match, Kenny King versus Zema Iron versus Rubix versus Mason Andrews. Chavo Guerrero Jr. versus Robbie E. Douglas Williams and Kid Cash versus Tony Nese and Rashad Cameron. And there's also an X Division Escape Steel Cage match, Christian York versus Matt Bentley versus Alex Silver versus Sam Shaw versus Lince Dorado versus Puma versus Jimmy Rave. I'll be honest, out of all those, I only recognise Christian York's name, Puma and Jimmy Rave's. So, but X Division matches are usually good. They were back in the day, so I'm hoping that'll be quite a good event. Put that one down there without disturbing him. Up next is one of the pay-per-views. It's Final Resolution 2012. TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Bobby Roode versus the charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy. There's an X Division Championship, Kenny King versus RVD. Tag Team Championship match, Matt Morgan and Joey Ryan versus Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Hernandez. And a Knockouts Championship match, Mickey James versus Tara. There are also other matches on here. Christopher Daniels versus Phenomenal AJ Styles. I'm not sure if that's part of the Affair storyline that they did. It could be Cowboy James Storm versus Kazarian. Big fan of Cowboy James Storm and AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels, to be fair, and Kazarian. So Bully Ray versus Austin Aries would be an interesting match. Aces and Eights versus Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Garrett Bischoff, and Wes Briscoe. I'm assuming obviously that's either just before Wes and Garrett turned and became Aces and Eights. I'm not sure, but yeah, there's some good matches on there by the looks of it. That one is opened, as when I got it, it sounded like the disc was loose. So I took it out to check it to make sure it wasn't scratched or anything. Up next is Hardcore Justice 2. I'll read a couple of these out. Jeff Hardy and Brother Runt versus Team 3D, which is Bully Ray and Devon, obviously. Monsters Ball match, Joseph Park versus Judas Messias. 6-man hardcore elimination tag match. Aces and Eights, which is Doc, Wes Briscoe and Knox versus James Storm, Magnus and Bob Holly. There's a hardcore gauntlet battle royale. A ladder match for $20,000, which is Generation Me versus Bad Influence. Not 100%, but Generation Me. Maybe the Young Bucks. I'll have to watch this one and find out. Knockouts, no DQ match, Jackie Moore versus ODB. And then there's a tag team street fight as well, so it could be quite a good deal. Up next is the Bound for Glory 2012. It's got the, according to the back here, TNA World Heavyweight Championship, Austin Aries versus Charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy. No disqualifications, Sting and Bully Ray versus Aces and Eights. Obviously that's before Bully Ray became the leader of Aces and Eights. Oh, it came out that he was leader, sorry. TNA Knockouts Championship, Miss Tessmacher versus Tara. Tag Team Championship match, Kazarian and Christopher Daniels versus Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Hernandez versus Kurt Angle and the phenomenal AJ Styles. Street fight between James Storm and Bobby Roode, which will be a good match. TNA World Television Championship, Samoan Submission Machine Samoa Joe versus Magnus. I'm a fan of both guys on that one, so. And then there's an X Division Championship, Zema Ryan versus Rob Van Dam. So again, it could be another good one. I think that's around about the time I sort of lost touch with TNA. I started dipping in and out of it. Next up, I've got two of these. This is the first one. It's the Joker's Wild, the original one. Basically, old partners will reunite and bitter enemies must work together in order to advance as tag teams chosen at random. Once in the finals, however, any friendships or forced alliances will quickly disappear. Excuse me. As the wrestlers will compete in a winner-take-all gauntlet battle royale, where it's every man for himself and the winner will receive $100,000. So yeah, it doesn't actually tell you anything, which is a good thing, because usually in WWE pay-per-view boxes, they have the match listings on the back, and then they'll usually have a picture of somebody which will give away, like in case of WrestleMania 30. It has a picture of Daniel Bryan with the titles on the back, which, if you've not watched the event, gives it away who wins, so it takes that little element of surprise away, but they don't on this, so yeah, that could be quite good. Up next is the Joker's Wild 2. Same idea, just different superstars. And there's also, excuse me again, a Knockouts elimination match as well, so that could be quite good. That's that one. Up next is One Night Only, X Division Extravaganza 2014. There's Ethan Carter 3 Challenge, Tag Team Ladder Match, Bad Influence versus the Wolves. I'm looking forward to seeing that because I'm a fan of all four guys in that. X Division Championship match. Excuse me. Austin Aries versus Sonada. It says Ultimate X match underneath it, so I don't know if that's what that match is. And then there's a few other matches. Rockstar Spud versus Sanjay Dutt. Tigre Uno versus Peter Williams. Wow, Peter Williams is back. Chris Sabin versus Loki. Oh yeah, that could be quite good. Yeah, another good one. Next up is this one, the Tournament of Champions. Again, it's another one night only. Most of these ones are, like I said, it's only 2 pay-per-views. The rest of them are one night onlys. Basically, every former World Heavyweight Champion, not every one, sorry about but a lot of them compete to see who's the ultimate sort of world champion. Again, good thing about here on the back, I don't know if you can see it because of the shrink wrap still being on. It sort of tells you some of the competitors, and then the rest of it there is left blank. So you don't know who wins. So if you haven't seen it and you've just bought the DVD, you still get that element of surprise. Next up is another one of the One Night Only series, and it's this one, the World Cup 2014. I thought this one sounded quite intriguing when I was reading the description of it. So yeah, basically you have team captains Kurt Angle, Bobby Roode, Eric Young, EC3, and the stars of Impact Wrestling in a series of singles and tag matches to determine which two teams will vie for supremacy. Excuse me. As TNA Wrestling presents One Night Only World Cup of Wrestling 2014. Quite an interesting concept, that. So yeah, that's why I got that one. Next up is the last of the pay-per-views, and it's this one, Slammiversary 12. So some of the matches on here: three-way steel cage match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Eric Young versus Challenger 1. Excuse me. Versus Challenger 2. Apologise for this, I've got a cough and a cold. It's still crappy weather over here in the UK. You've got Mr. Anderson versus James Storm. Texas Death Match between EC3 and Bully Ray. Quite good. Knockouts Championship match. Angelina Love versus Gail Kim. Then you've got Kenny King versus Austin Aries to determine the second challenger for the TNA World Championship. So again, there it doesn't tell you who goes through, and if you don't know, like in my case, that's quite good. Keeps you the element of surprise. So Samoa Submission Machine, Samoa Joe versus Lashley to determine the first challenger. So yeah, what else? Willow versus Magnus, excuse me. And then there's a 6-man ladder match for the TNA X Division Championship between Sanada, Manik, Tiger Uno, David Richards and Eddie Edwards, and Crazy Steve. That could be quite good. Hopefully I should get to watch some of these soon, so if there's any that are really good, I may do review videos on them. Judging by the size of the pile, maybe not individually, I might do a couple at a time, or spread them out and watch one month and do a video about it, and then watch another one another month. And up next is another one in the One Night Only series. It's this one, One Night Only Global Impact Japan. I don't recognise really many of the people on here. Magnus I know, Bad Influence I know them, Chris Sabin, Austin Aries and Sanada I know, Wolves, Bromans I know them, Team 246, Kaz Hayashi and Shuji Kondo, don't know them, Rene Dupree, wow, Samoa Joe, Rob Terry, Bobby Roode, Abyss, mostly just the TNA guys that I know. Probably know some of them, the Japanese wrestlers, when I see them actually on the DVD, so that'll be quite good. Yeah, it could be quite a good DVD too. Sorry, started working him up then. And last but by no means least is another one of the One Night Onlys, and did say the majority of them were these. It's the 10-year reunion show. Some of the matches on here: Angle versus Joe, Road versus Storm. Excuse me. Jeff Hardy versus Austin Aries. Team 3D versus LAX versus Bad Influence. There's a big gauntlet match. Velvet Sky versus Gail Kim. Petey Williams versus Kenny King versus Sanjay Dutt. So again, that could be another good one. So yeah, that's my TNA DVD delivery that came. Like I said, for me that is the personal biggest order of TNA DVDs I've ever ordered at once. I said there are people out there on YouTube who probably look at that and go, that's a weekly order for me. That's fair play to you. But yeah, for me, who's been out of touch with TNA for so long, that's like a big order. Hoping that they're all good, events and etc. and there aren't any disappointments. If there are any really good sort of standout events or whatever out of it, I will probably do videos on them. or if there's just some really good, outstanding matches, I might just do a video about the individual matches. I don't know. I'll have to wait and watch them. I won't get to watch them all in one go. As you know, I have a girlfriend, I have children, and I have work. So it's what I can when I can, basically in between watching Raw. This year I'm going to try and catch up on my Ring of Honor. Try and keep up with NXT, which I've dropped behind on a bit. What else? TNA, I'm going to give it another go this year, hopefully. See if I can get back in touch with the product properly. I've heard a lot of good things about their debut on the Pop channel. So hopefully I'll be able to try and catch up with that. That's it for now. There is one more package to come, which, as I mentioned in my previous video, is the 2 t-shirts that I ordered from WWE shop. So as soon as they arrive, I'll do a quick video about those. But that'll do it for now, guys, for this video. So I'll catch you soon, and all the best. Take care and be safe.
Modest to the top.